In ancient Egypt, there was a man who played speed duels, a man who did not want to play better. This man simply wanted spice. Hey Legacy community, it's Terra Master, and welcome to Show Me the Spice episode 3. It's been a while, but Show Me the Spice is finally back. I was starting to get worried that the Battle City box format just didn't have enough spice. I just wouldn't be able to spice it up. And it took a while, and it did. So what I was thinking about was, how do I counter unions? Because there was a time there where, I don't know if it's true anymore, but for a while unions was the best deck of the format. So I finally figured something out, and let's see what it is. So this is a match from JDS, the last JDS, the one before the last, so I think it was JDS number 4. Anyway, that's not what's important. The point is, it's a tournament match for a tournament that had a pretty big prize. It was $50 plus more. So let's see how I did. And as you can tell from the skill, Servants of the Fallen King, this is a Skull Servant deck. I know the hand doesn't look like a Skull Servant hand, except the Haunted Shrine, but believe me, this is a Skull Servant deck. Anyway, so the point of this video is to show off how good it is against the Union matchup. So that's exactly the matchup I got in the very first round, and I'm happy to be able to show that off here. So as you can see, my opponent did open Hanger, so I'm not going to win this just because of a brick. I'm going to legitimately win this. So here we go. I pop my skill, I send a Servant. Now, it's not great to not open a King or any monster I can really summon, but it's actually fine because this little card here works very well with the Skull Servant's creature swap, and you'll see. So I just sent me some full back row and pass turnover. Now here he can do literally whatever he wants, and he's probably going to go ahead and do that. There we go. He gets that skill priority, ditches his 4th material. He hits the Zoma, which is kind of bad. Like, either of the other cards would have been the better hit there. Like Book, I could have just changed. Haunted Shrine, I could have also just chained. But, you know, I don't choose the targets. My opponents do. And they're obviously very good at it. But the good thing about him using the skill was he couldn't attack. So I survived damage there without having to use my Book or my Shrine. So I saved those resources, and I get to bury my second skull, and now I drew Goblin Zombie, which I can, bam, use that creature swap. So it's not just the skulls that the creature swap is good with, it's also Goblin Zombie. And it's also King, but we'll get into that if it ever happens, ordering the deck profile. Anyway, so he's going to go ahead and Book of Moon his own monster here, and that prevents me, since creature swap's restriction and cannot change battle positions for the rest of the turn, that prevents me from activating XYZ-dragon's effect or from attacking into Goblin Zombie. However, I do have him in top deck mode, is what I thought, until, of course, the problem with Unions is that they seem to have infinite resources. He scrambles, his Hanger activates again. I just Book a Moon to stop that Hanger. So there we go, we played a little fast there. Now let's see what his play is here. He's going to banish the scramble to get the Z back, because of course he is. He's going to Union combination to summon XYZ again, because of course he is. He's going to pop the XYZ I stole from him. And then he's going to set his last Book of Moon for 1 protection card, I guess. And then he's going to end his turn, because again, he used the skill. So that's another turn where he can't do damage. So again, his skill is actually giving me the time I need here to try to draw into my King. Now once again, I failed to draw into it. So I really don't know what I'm going to do here, except to Haunted Shrine, a Skull Servant in defense, and then set a card. Oh right, I contributed for Jinzo. See, I'm better in tournament than I am watching the replay. Cool. I'm also kind of tired right now. Anyway, so there's a Book of Moon, flipping that Jinzo face down, and turn passes over. Now the reason I kept Cosmic Cyclone in my hand is because I was thinking about the fact that if I set it right now, I either have to use it on the Hanger or that back row, or it just gets destroyed. So what I want to do with this Cosmic Cyclone is I want to hit a scramble. And I want to time it so that I can hit a scramble right as he sets it. Alright. There it goes. And he's going to attack me for 28. And I banished my Shrine, which is why I used it on my turn. So since it's once per turn, I can get use of value out of it on my turn and then get value out of it on his turn as well. Goblin Zombie hits me for 11. Its effect activates, forcing me to mill a card. Now, Book of Moon actually would have been a really bad draw there. So, in some way, that actually kind of saved me. Because had I drawn that Book of Moon, I would have probably lost. Because it took me so long to draw one king of the Skull Servant. And then that king will take out the XYZ-dragon cannon because it's at 3,000 right now. And you should dominate the game from here. Which is the point. But now I popped that Cosmic Cyclone. And I think that was a scramble. That was his last opportunity to get it. But the point is that once you can get over XYZ-dragon cannon and you have revival options set up for your king, which I know I didn't right there, but I had 3 revival cards still left in my deck plus 2 Zombina. So that's 5 revival options left in my deck at that point. So, and 2 more kings themselves, right? So even if he kills 1 king of Skull Servants, as long as I can find a way to bring out another one, they're all going to be stronger than his monster. And that gives you an unbelievable advantage in this matchup. I think game 2 is a little bit more because I opened the king. It really shows you how good the matchup is for the Skull Servants. Anyway, let's see. So he's got the Hanger, which of course I'm going to stop since I opened the Cosmic Cyclone. I'm not even going to let him pop off here. I'm just going to use my skill again, and here we go. Right away, drew its second king. That's also really, really good because now I can use the first one and try to be aggressive without worrying too much. So he got another Y-Dragon head. Double Y-Dragon head. He's going to take out the first king. That's fine. He's going to take out my last Skull Servant. So now, the one in my hand, when I drop it, is going to be 4,000. And he has got no real way to get over this except by going into XYZ-dragon cannon. And just like that. Just like that. It's that easy. They don't run outs to monsters bigger than their XYZ-dragon cannon that aren't literally XYZ-dragon cannon. Right? So I know I didn't have Reborn there, but again, with 3 Haunted Shrines, a Book of Life, and 2 Zombina, there's plenty of Reborn options in the deck so that I have a, 6 out of 12, so a 50% chance of drawing a Reborn option right away. Not to mention if he destroys King by battle, so if he was to book it and destroy it, I would just banish one of the Skull Servants and bring it right back, just 1,000 weaker, which is still 3,000, which is still more than enough to get over any of his monsters. So, I mean, long story short, this deck has a huge advantage against Unions. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Return of Show Me the Spice. If you love destroying Unions, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let me know my thoughts on what you saw on the deck. And speaking of that, look forward to the deck profile coming out in a couple of days. With that, I'll see you for the deck profile video. Terra Master out.